Well, Andrea Maria Cosentino is the CEO of the financial and fintech consulting firm Impact Fundry. Welcome to the programme. So the EU has now agreed this new legislation, which took a while, but enforcing it's going to be a different story altogether, isn't it? How's it going to work in practice?
Thank you for having me. The AI is expected to become law early 2024, but then the Commission proposed 24 months first, and then they think to extend to 36 months before they can actually, get into it. Then, as we know, there is a whole process to go through. European Parliament will have to discuss with the Commission, Parliament, Council of Ministers, and there is going to be a trilogue negotiation. So these are going to have a lot of implications, plus thinking of intellectual property law, training data, in competition law. So there is a lot of implications, and it's not going to be probably a easy process. As we have seen in the past, other regulations have been kind of moved forward quite quickly. Recently, we've seen the case of MICA for digital assets. I am pretty positive they're going to try and do all their best to speed this up, as it's something that is really needed. And as the technology changes constantly, they have to make sure that they keep up with the changes.
So the EU has now agreed this regulation on AI, but what about global regulation? How important is it to have a coordinated approach to this technology?
That's definitely important. It's paramount, especially because something like that, something like AI, has a global outreach, so it's not really country-specific. Now, some countries actually recently tried and banned ChatGPT, for example, right, from their website, from their internet, to then re-enable it again. Now, this is going to have very soon, again, a complete global outreach, and this is why a global regulation is needed. However, the question is whether it can actually be achieved. If we think about other regulations that have been implemented in the last years, they've been implemented on a European level, but actually in other regions, US, they have a different form. If we think about Middle East, of APAC, they haven't even gotten there. So I think, as always, the challenge is going to be to bring together very different brains and very different cultures to make sure that they all have an harmonized approach.
So where does the UK fit into this? It's announced its intentions to be a big player in AI. What does it need to be able to compete in this market?
Well, it's funny that you asked that, because exactly today, in the context of London Tech Week, which is happening as we speak, Chloe Smith, the Secretary of State for Science, Innovation and Technology, announced the release of a package of 3.5 billion to develop AI research in the UK. This follows what has been announced last March of the amount of 117 million funding for centers for doctoral training in AI. And essentially just a very strong statement, yet another one, to grow UK and build a tech nation. So I think I am quite bullish looking forward for this country. I think UK is positioning itself very well for a future. I don't want to say dominance, but being, let's say, on the top, at least on the top 5 countries for technology and AI. And by the way, if we look at the numbers, I think last year UK became just the 3rd country in the world to have a tech sector valued 1 trillion, and this was only behind only US and China. So I think we have all the tools to succeed in our hands. Now the rest is just putting the work.
Andrea, thank you very much. Good to talk to you. That's Andrea Maria Cosentino from Impact Fundry.
Thank you.